You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Phasal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever. Looks like we warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew
knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Try harder! No, you can't! Win!
Can you take it? No further!
It's showtime!
Here I come!
Can you take it? Win this! Benedict, another incantation ruined.
Demon! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Leave the target to me!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I'll smash you!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
That'll bring you down! Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
You're
astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Everyone win!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right there! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Raging
My turn!
Machine!
My
Take
turn!
this!
Seal!
Here I come!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
In a bind?
These things really get on my nerves.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Here I come! It's over! You're on! Burn in hell!
I can carve through armor!
Far enough!
Strike!
I'm ready! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I'm not done!
Let the marksman handle
You're
it.
mine!
I never miss.
It's over! You're on! Severing wind! Wind! The
Do it,
flaming strike!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not.
I'm not done!
Here's evil. Lightning orbs! Raging
You're mine! Wind! You're mine! You picked the wrong fight!
air thrust!
You're on! More?
Now!
Severing wind!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Do
More
it.
Sugals?
Keep calm and take them down.
Your style is beautiful to observe.
You just watching or what?
No, still in there.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
You're mine!
Turn ready! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless... Astral energy! Lightning
Wind!
I'm ready! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Not a chance!
That'll bring you down.
Elusive deity!
Here I go.
Here's a healing art!
First aid.
In an instant! Impact block!
Here goes! Go! Here, let me help. Mega Ray!
Elusive deity! Tornado drive! Begin!
Dance in the wind!
Your mind! Resonate with the earth!
Not
Stalagmite!
in your dreams!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Annihilate!
Resonate with the earth! Another incantation ruined!
In here!
Stalagmite!
Get on in there with the others!
Resonate with the earth!
Hit!
No arts are being interrupted! Begin!
In here! I'll be saving this one! Here's another one!
Negative gate!
More where that came from! Light astral energy!
black and blade.
This is bad, right?
Now we're never...
Raging Cascade!
Execution!
Spread! Raging Cascade!
Let me free you of your power! Dispel!
First aid! Raging Cascade!
Green fade blood! Rending you of...
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alpha.
Here's another light!
Ignite!
Bullseye!
Elusive deity!
Dragon Pierce through!
Not on my watch!
Rising Lever!
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alpha.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you.
Bullseye!
Elusive deity!
Law!
Demons descend!
Flashing fang!
Steering! Reload! One more!
Hitting pile
Photon blast! Raging Cascade!
Stalagmite!
Here's a hit! Bullseye! In the wind! Let me...
Be still!
Bloody
On your mind!
You attack without mercy?
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy opponents.
Your astral arts are truly incredible.
Every little bit helps, right?
Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing to be better as well.
Severing wing!
Razor Cyclone!
Strike! Take this!
Dance
You're
in the
finished!
wind! Air drop!
Glacial Speed, this one's mine.
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Here,
Come on!
Photon blast! Lightning condemned!
Severing wing!
Thunderblade!
You're finished!
Execution!
You're on!
Everlasting
Strike!
Negative gate!
Here I come! It's over! You're off! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
It's over!
You're mine!
Severing wing! You're mine! You're finished! You're on! Here I come! You're mine! You're finished!
Take this!
You're mine! It's over!
Power of water!
Elusive
Get you
deity!
off the way!
Hitting pile driver!
Lightning condemned! Let them go! One more time! Freeze Lancer!
That'll bring you down.
They smite with blackened blade!
Ignite!
Here, let me help.
Take this!
Lightning Orb! Raging Cascade!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Air drop! With this, I can become even stronger.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogled somehow? Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
That's true. And if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
Don't get careless!
Here I come!
Don't tell me!
Here I come! It's over! You're mine! That buzzing is driving me mad! I can carve through armor! No escape!
Freeze Lancer!
Free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I'm out of ammo!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And
Bubble into me!
First aid!
That's freaking
Right
good.
into the fray. Tempest water.
Easter!
Mega ray.
You're finished. Can't get out of this.
Tempest whirl. It's light.
I'm up. Take this.
Close flight. Searing flame.
Eat this.
Easter.
I'll put you through.
Tank in the wind. Oh,
Explosive ring.
down in there with the laser.
I'll end you.
Thunderclap.
I'm on.
I can hear the
I'll
healing.
run you through.
Thanks, Shield. Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
You're mine. I'm on it. My turn. I'll tear you apart.
This one's all mine.
Take this. I'm just getting started.
Ignite!
Take this. Now you see what I can do.
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life.
Now!
It's
It's
over.
over!
You hear it now.
Take this! I'm not done! Severing wing! You're mine!
That'll bring you down. Raging cascade.
Wind! Here I come! You're finished! Mirage! It's over!
Do it,
Wind! Not a chance!
Burning strike.
Glacial Spear. We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need to sound surprised.
Perhaps I'll put more faith in you then.
Well, I certainly won't argue.
Glacial Spear.
You're
Here's
finished!
evil.
You're mine! The flame inside is yours to be let free! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! You're finished!
On a roll. Sighted.
Here I come!
Your astral arts are truly incredible. Every little bit
Severing
helps,
wing!
right? Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing to be better as well.
Wind!
Do it. Don't leave. Hey, throw them away. Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Guess I misread the landing. These structures don't look like anything built by the Rens, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrek 35 about it sometime.
This one's
Hold on to your art. Here I
Any
come.
more of this and I'll burn out.
Here I go. You're mine. Not on my watch. Lightning.
Sever, damn it!
Now we're nothing. Can't get out of this.
Mega ray.
Strike!
Now you see what I can do. Elusive deity. Evil ray.
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade.
Now! Here I come!
In the sky, it's mine.
Elusive deity. Hitting crown.
Do it. Astral energy. Full throttle.
I need to be stronger. This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
To me!
You're mine! It's over!
That'll bring you down.
Elusive deity.
If you hide it so? Amazing! Here I come! Burn! I'm not done!
Elusive deity.
Try it! Explosive ring! It's too much!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
Deity. Hitting pile driver.
Try harder!
Won't give up.
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Take. Begin. No further. Elusive deity.
Soaring blast! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Supernova! Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Air thrust!
Ignite!
Can you take it?
Light
I'm
after
mine! I'm not done! Dance on the wind!
It's over!
Shield! I can feel the raging cascade!
Air pressure! Strike!
Here's evil!
Rending you apart!
Freeze lit!
Leave the charges to me!
Denied!
Hold nothing back!
Hurricane strike! Going in! Take this! Look sharp! One more!
Tornado
Take
drive!
this! Nice try! Look sharp! Take...
Begin!
This one keeps
Light it
charging
up!
us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Take this!
I'll leave it to you!
No further!
That's it.
Demon Fang!
Let
This
me turn
one's
that
all
way!
mine!
How do you like being pounded?
Make it in time!
Close one! Right back
Everlasting
at ya!
darkness!
The art expert!
Negative gate!
No further.
Just what the doctor ordered!
Hurricane strike! I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malicer!
Here goes!
This should do it! Double Demon Fang!
Close one! Right back at ya! Here goes! Steel force!
No further.
With Kara!
You have to hold on. Glacial fire!
This should do it!
Are we in over our heads?
Come on! It's not over till it's over!
You're right. We've made it this far.
Now you see what I can do!
Try hard, my
Ready
turn!
to go.
This one's mine!
Light up the dark. I'm ready to go. Flaming meteor! I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No
Try
way.
harder! My turn! Not today!
All healed.
You're finished!
Let me help!
Light up the dark.
Appreciate the help!
Searing flame! Reload!
You're mine!
On guard. Guardian field.
Try harder!
Here,
My
let me
turn!
help!
Alright!
Bring it.
Now I'm in the groove!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malicer.
Here, let me help! First aid!
Recover.
There you go! You're mine! Feel like me again! No! I won't give in!
Lightning! Hear me!
Guardian field.
Glacial spear! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Here's a healing art! Here, let me help!
Try harder! Take it! You're mine!
Rip and tear! Not my fight!
You'll pay for that!
Let me help!
Shield at me.
You're
Hurry
finished!
up from depths abyss!
Not today! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.